Here we go. Another episode of the podcast kicking off in 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to the Nickson and Nate podcast. Oh, what a day we got today.
Proudly brought to you by our mates at Trust Motors.
Hello.
The official sponsors of the Nickson and Nate podcast and one of the greats when it comes to car dealerships around Tamaki Makoto, if not Aotearoa.
Someone say the greatest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And our very special guest in studio today is the man behind it all, George, who has come on board and kindly gave us a hand and said, guys, I'm going to back you.
Oh, what a legend.
George, welcome to the show,
George.
brother.
Thank you, boys.
Nice to have you, mate. Yeah, and it's always good, and it would be rude not to invite, the man behind Trust Motors onto the show and be a part of the podcast.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, lads.
I think with our audience, they're quite involved, and they seem to know what's happening even when you don't say it.
Yeah.
So when they see a partnership like Nickson and Nate and Trust Motors, they want to know, what's going on here. What's the reason why? Who is this George bloke?
Yes. And why does he trust them?
Fair play.
So yeah, what's bro? We've talked before. Obviously, I've met you through Nate, and I've heard you got such an incredible story of how you've got to this point now where you have the actual accolades to say that you're one of the most trusted, if not the trusted, car dealerships for 2024.
Yeah.
With awards behind that as well, proudly hung up in the car dealership. Mm-hmm. Like, how did we get to that point? Where did it start?
I don't know, man. It's a long one. I guess we started about 5 years ago, and very, very small, very humble, kind of backs up against the wall to say when we started. We didn't really have any money. We didn't have any financial backing. We had the site where we are now.
Yeah.
And we just rented a small proportion of that site and went from there.
Because the site now is like the never-ending story. It's just you start, and then it just keeps getting longer and longer with more cars.
Yeah. Well, we've been lucky. We've been able to take over more and more and more of the site as we go, rather than being lumbered with the whole thing from the start.
That's cool, man.
From the outside looking in, Trust is just it's well oiled. The guys in there working there, they're all slick.
Team culture's great.
Even the way the cars are parked, ready for the customer to come and look at. It's just immaculate, But I guess the person you are is what we're trying to get behind. And I think the first time I met you was at an event in Auckland City where the Diary of a CEO podcast host had a little chat for a big audience there, and we kind of bumped into each other through a mutual friend, the Mighty Brown Butterbean.
Yes, David.
The one and only.
We love that dude.
Yeah.
And I think within a minute we all kicked it off. We're all laughing, having a joke around, some things inappropriate, but we all
It was just the boys.
Yeah, just the boys. We all
Just the
clicked
boys.
on, and then from then on, I remember Dave ringing me. Butterbean rings me and goes, "How are your Nickson going?" I was like, we're trucking along. He goes, "You guys got sponsors yet?" I'm like, "Nah." He goes, "You know what? Ring George."
Yeah.
And then is that you go, "Hey, we met once at Diary." I said, "Do you remember me?" George is like, "Oh no, oh no."
No, but yeah. So that's kind of the spark of where we are now, and we're really grateful that you're here with us. But what does it take for you to trust in something to go, yeah, I'm gonna back them. I'm gonna give them a bit of financial support and see where we go from there.
Yeah, what's on your checklist?
What's on my checklist?
Yeah. What made you go, I'll do it?
Yeah.
The sense of humour, boys, to be honest.
Okay, good. Because that's our USP. That's our USP.
Me too.
Yeah. But that was it? That was it?
Oh, yeah.
No, I think we all
man,
just
you need to do some quality control, man.
Every podcast, hey, George, I'm going to talk to you.
Is he funny?
Yeah. We're funny too, George. We're funny too. You know how you said before, when you started Trust Motors, you only started with a couple of cars.
Yeah.
And you seem to me, in the most respectful way, you got like a real hustler's mentality, right? You're just, if you've got your mindset on something, you just want to crack it.
I try.
And that's very ambitious, and you said you started with like a couple of cars. Mm-hmm. Where did you find those cars initially? Were they just Trade Me buys that you just knew that you could tidy up? And
Bro, they were like from the auctions, off Trade Me, off Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't bad cars, but they weren't what we're doing now.
Yeah.
It was a different market,
Yeah.
And it was just to get you started, to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, get the ball rolling, and we built from there.
Oh, wow.
Same values from the start, trust, openness.
Yeah. When your back is against the wall, when it's like make or break, there would be less risky things to do than sell cars. Because to me, there's a lot of risk involved. There's a lot of moving parts.
What, with cars?
With cars,
Yeah.
yeah.
When something goes wrong
Yeah.
and you've sold the car and you've got no money and they come back and it's like, oh, no.
And it only takes one customer.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
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 Is it hard now with all that going on? One, because I know that you have very good quality control when it comes to Trust Motors.
Yeah.
But like, two, does it ever play on your mind? You're like, oh no, what happens if they write a bad Google review?
Yeah. Every day.
Yeah.
I might not seem as peppy today
Yeah.
because I've had a week of it this week.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
What happened? Who needs to be called out?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. No. They know.
You know who you are.
You ever see a customer walk in and you're like, oh, fuck. Another person about to waste my time.
No, never.
No. I was joking with Nate before we got you on. I was joking. I was like, how harder do you actually have to work if someone's got bad credit? Like, is it harder? Like, what's the process for people who don't understand? Like
bad credit.
Yeah, when they got bad credit, but they see a car at Trust Motors and they're like, man, that's my dream car and I really want that. I know I can make these payments, but I've made some bad mistakes in the past. How do people maneuver through that sort of situation?
You can't.
Hey, honest.
Put that on the website.
but I just want to put it out there. Like I've had a bad Google review because we couldn't get someone with bad credit finance.
Oh, so, no.
It's not us.
Yeah.
It's the finance companies.
Yes, you're the middleman,
We're
right?
the middleman. We're just there to facilitate.
What's the deal with those car dealers? And you always see them in like the dodgy bits of a newspaper where they're like, bad credit, owing money, we'll get you a car.
It's the only way to get their customers.
Is the game within the do other car dealers know other car dealers? Like,
Yeah.
So is it like a networking kind of like everyone kind of knows everybody's situation?
I think so. One of the things that we've done from the start, we don't network that hard out with other dealers.
Yeah.
I know a few,
Yeah.
but not too
But
many.
everyone's each to their own kind of vibe.
But a lot of the others, they're like all tied and they're like, yeah,
Is it quite competitive?
definitely,
Oh, okay.
massively,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll tell you this funny story about when I was in jail.
yeah.
That is the start of any best joke. Eh? This one time when I was in jail.
There was this guy in there, there's this dude in there, and he looked at a place, and I was like, oh, what are you up to? What are you in here for? And he's like, oh, da-da-da-da. And I said, oh, okay. And then he goes, yeah, but I used to own a car dealership. I was like, oh, shit. Which one? He goes, yeah. And he didn't really know many two people in there, but he talked like this guy that had a lot of money, but he never had any canteen every time it came. And then I just, but the general rule of thumb in jail is, fuck, you don't feel bad for anyone, you just...
Everyone's kind of
Everyone just do their own thing, or
Yeah.
if you're with the team, you just deal with the team. That's it. And I'm a softie, and I just seen this guy just never has anything. I was like, and the boys are telling me, leave him alone, don't worry about it.
How expensive is canteen?
Maximum you're allowed is $70 a week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a max amount you can spend right at the canteen.
Yeah.
And one day I got closer to this guy just by talking and stuff, and he goes to me, "Oh, hey, do you wanna give me some of your canteen, and I'll just give it to you next week?" I was like, there's no issue with that. We're locked up for years, so might as well. And then gave him a bit of the canteen, like chocolates, chips, all that sort of stuff, healthy stuff too. Just gave it to him. And then the next week, I went to go find this guy in the cell to, where's the return? You know? And I asked the guy in the cell, I was like, hey, where's so-and-so? And they're like, oh, he transferred out of here.
Oh, bro.
So he ripped me, and I was like, it's only $70, but it was the thought of this guy, like, milking me that whole time and then taking my canteen. I was like, what an idiot.
So those are the bad ones.
He definitely had bad credit.
Anyway, so I'm having just a random chat to George one day, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I knew this guy in jail. There's a car dealer. And he's like, oh, yeah? I was like, this is his name. And straight away, George was like, oh, I know that guy.
Yeah, he's a dog.
He's a dog. He's a crook. Yeah.
Well, obviously he's in jail.
Yeah.
His car dealership now is out of the way. How did you meet Brian Butterbean? How did that connection start?
How did that? He came to Trust Motors.
Oh, really?
He came in, waltzed on in. I've told you the story before. I say it again.
I need you to tell this story. Like, hey, because this, to me, this is...
Right. So
I like
Yeah.
okay.
in the first year and a half, right, it was, I can't voice how hard it was, right? You're building something up, everyone around you is trying to pull it down. You're just in the fucking
No, you're all right.
in the pain cave. Like, you know, there's no way out, you just got to go forward.
Is this you when you first started?
This is when I
Trust Motors?
first started. I'm going home, I'm in bits, Monique, my partner's trying to, like, you know, keep my head right. And you know, I went through some stuff before I started Trust Motors, where I ended up in a rehab facility. I had substance abuse issues and stuff, and I got clean. And when I got clean, that's when we started Trust.
Oh yeah,
And I discovered a bit of faith when I was getting clean.
nice.
And I remember sitting there one day, and I was praying to God, going like, if I can get this thing going, and you know, use it for good purpose, I'd do that. Like, if we can start generating a profit, I'll give back to the community. Like, I'll do something to help the people around me. And the next week, Dave walks in.
Wow.
And I didn't really know Dave, you know what I mean? Like, he came in, I was like, I know this dude, like, I've seen him somewhere. Penny dropped, and then we just clicked.
Yeah.
Straight away, we became mates, and that was the end, to start giving back to the community through Dave.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool, man.
Yeah, and we're still doing that to this day, man. We go hard with him. He's amazing.
He's one of the greats too.
He is.
We love that dude, man.
Yeah.
He's got such a good heart, eh?
Yeah.
Such a good heart.
Dave is the most, how do I say this without mincing my words? He is the most no nonsense, no bullshit blessing that you'll ever meet in your life.
Hard
Yeah.
out.
Right? Like,
Straight.
great intentions. He's going to help you, but fuck, he's not going to take any shit.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
No way.
But it only, you know what I mean? And I think every good blessing, or like something that just popped up to my advantage over the last 3 to 4 years has been because of him.
Yeah.
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 I
He's
was
the
there
man.
too.
Oh, yeah. yeah. Hey, shout out to everybody.
It's not a
that-
competition.
Oh,
It's not
sorry,
a
man.
competition.
He's all about comeback stories, though,
Yeah,
eh? And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I love as well. Like, it's just,
Oh, he's the ultimate believer in like second chances.
yeah.
Ultimate believer, right?
Yeah.
And to see him still, like, you know, he would have been like you when you know, you first started, backs up against the wall.
Yeah.
You know, it's painful every day on
Yeah.
the grind, on a hustle, trying to do something great, and then you're just wrecked by the end of it, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
wrecked.
But he still stays so positive.
Yeah.
You guys kind of are the same person.
Yeah, very similar.
No.
Very similar.
I'm a lot smaller.
Yeah,
It's funny you bring up your faith, you know. After that moment, right? Like Dave walks in, and then like things start to go up, you know. And I'm not saying it's all due to Dave. It's like the hard work that you put in as well.
Yeah.
Like during the good times, do you ever think about that moment? You know, the quiet times, you're like, you're doing it right. You're like, oh, how often do you go back to that moment where your back was against the wall?
All the time. All the time. Have to. Keeps me going.
Yeah.
I've got like a mad fear of going back there, or going back to, you know, being around all the stuff I was around before we started Trust, and before I had a family and all that. It's just, yeah. No.
So you're like, that's where, you know, that's like your out of bounds place now.
Yeah.
So you know, as far as you can push it, you never want to go that
Nah.
far.
The moment I stop is the moment I go back there, and it's nah.
Yeah.
How important to you know? Obviously, you talked about your partner before, and you got a small family now.
Yeah.
How important are they to you for your backbone and what you do on a daily?
Everything.
Everything. Yeah,
Everything. It's all for the family.
Yeah.
Hey.
When you first decided to start Trust Motors,
Yeah.
was your partner like, no, no,
Nah,
do
she
something
was,
else?
She was on with it. So like, I just got out of rehab,
Yeah.
and I think I told you how I met my partner. She used to work in a coffee shop down the road from where Trust Motors is, and I hadn't started Trust yet. I worked at another car yard. And I used to go in there for coffees, and I was out the gate.
Yeah.
I was out the gate.
Hey, we've
She
both been
could
there,
see-
man.
Yeah.
What's that's full of confidence?
Yeah. And I roll in one day, and there's customers everywhere in the coffee shop, and I was like, I'm going to rehab tomorrow, and when I get out, I'm coming back for you. And I did it. And she was game, so...
Did she know your name at that point?
Nah.
Oh wow!
No.
So you were just a customer that just went and got your coffee,
Yeah.
saw her, caught your eye.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Do you
so
think?
far, so good?
Do you think you could have done that without the stuff
Substance?
that?
No, definitely not, man.
So at least there was some good that came out of it, you know. That's awesome. And so when you got out of rehab and then went back to the cafe and saw her again,
Yeah.
and she welcomed you with open arms.
Welcomed me with open arms.
Awesome.
And then I was back in rehab 6 months later, sneaking her over the fence. So
that's a real woman, though. Like that's really your ride or die.
It
She's
is.
going to help you, even if you find yourself back in that hole,
Yeah.
and she still stands by your side.
yeah,
That's amazing.
from the start, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And then you got kids now?
Kids, I've got a young boy, Stanley, he's 4.
Awesome.
And Monique's pregnant with our second. So
Yeah.
Congrats,
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
Congrats, bro.
You know, when I look at trust now, it looks like it could be a finished product. If somebody wanted to like walk in and go, oh yeah, shit, this is it. But I think the way you operate, you don't really rest on your laurels, eh?
No.
Like,
No, we're still going.
What's the
We're
dream?
still going. The dream is where it's at now, but just keeping it going, keeping everyone happy, delivering quality, the best customer service,
Yeah.
keeping our reviews mint.
yeah.
Yeah.
We've never had the honour of working for a company where they, shout their stuff, pizzas and all that sort of stuff at the
Yeah.
end of a hard week, Like, but when we popped in to meet you for the first time, and you could see how happy the staff were.
Yeah.
Like, how do you keep that team culture thriving?
They're just legends, eh?
Yeah.
Like all of my staff are legends. Like we all get up, we go to the gym together before work.
Yeah.
We get to work and we sit down on the couches and everyone, we get real motivated together. We just get on the job and then get the food and get the tunes blaring and everyone knows what they got to do and
Yeah.
blessed.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's cool.
It's like another GOG job, honestly, because they're just amazing.
So here's a scenario. So what happens if like one of your team members goes, "Oh, George, I don't feel like the gym today. Like, I want to stay at home."
Your ass in the gym now. Or you're getting no leads.
It's so good. So good.
I saw that maybe was it last week or a couple of weeks ago. You and Butterbean had a really good initiative to get someone into the workforce as a sales trainee, and I guess that's one of the cool things about you guys working together. It's those
Totally.
avenues. Because I remember, when I first come from Samoa, I thought I would be a good salesman.
You
And
would be a very good
Yeah, Nate would be a good
Yeah,
salesman.
both of you would be.
Not me.
But I just could not get a look in with any kaya.
Nah?
Because you
Like,
didn't
what
want to go to the gym. Then he's
Oh,
just-
Give me 3 months, mate. What are you looking for in the dudes?
And character,
Yeah.
personality, experience doesn't matter, past doesn't matter, as long as they're out there, funny, kind. That's what you need. That's what you
Motivated.
need. Motivated. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally,
Yeah.
totally.
It's what's the stigma like that you get from like, I don't know if it's fueled by ignorance, but when people say car dealer,
Yeah,
like it comes with like this.
yeah, like caddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I don't blame them.
yeah. But I mean, you've obviously built such a successful brand, but
Yeah.
just even before you talk, people have this assumption of like, as soon as they walk into a car yard, they feel like vultures.
Yeah.
Like, how do you train yourself or gas yourself up so then you're well prepared
Yeah.
to like make sure that everybody feels comfortable?
So like our big thing is, and we don't do like sales training at Trust.
Yeah.
It's people buy from people. So just be a good person when people walk in the door. Welcome them and make them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Make them a coffee, calm them down. Because people do, car dealers have that stigma for good reason. There's a lot of not good ones out there that need to do better.
There's the challenge. There's the challenge.
I think one of the smartest things you've ever done, sorry, I didn't even know you that for that long. But one of the smartest things from my perspective is the name. The name is like, there's no questions. As soon as you say trust, that's a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
That is a lot to live up to.
That was my dad. That
Yeah.
one.
How long
Yeah.
did it take him to come up with that?
On the spot.
Wow, yeah,
I
so
was like
then-
going, we should call it like the Good Karma Car Company. And like, oh,
He's like, no, keep it
he's like,
simple.
no, yeah, exactly.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Is Dad still part of it?
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it's you and your dad?
Me and Dad,
Yeah. man.
business partners, best mates,
Yeah.
on it.
I'd say that's the best business meeting I've ever had.
Yeah.
And it'll stay with me forever. And I popped over to the car yard. I was
Yeah.
talking to George about the sponsorship for the show, and he's like, "Look, I can't really make a decision without talking to my dad. He's just about to jump on a flight to go overseas." And then all of a sudden, his flight got cancelled, and he caught a cab back to Trust.
Yeah.
And
when you were
yeah,
there.
when I was there. And then George's like, oh, no, my dad should be here 5 minutes. And in my head, I'm picturing this like real hearty businessman. He's going to walk in and look at me and go, nah, you know? And then Jono comes in. George's dad walks in. He looks at me. He remembered me from the show, the Diary of a CEO show.
Oh, yeah.
And he gives me a hug and he sits down. He's like, do you want a drink? And I was like, yeah. Have a drink. And then he just goes, so what are we doing? And then George explained the situation. And Jono just looks at me and goes, do it. I trust you. I trust Butterbean. I trust Butterbean's judgment. Trust George. Let's get it done.
Trust Motors.
That was it. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. That was it.
Yeah, he's the man.
Well,
mate, yeah.
thanks, Jono. You're the man, bro. You're the man. So if Dad lives overseas, so you're running it day to day, making sure
Running
that
it
everything
day
runs
to day.
smoothly? Yeah.
Dad's he's in the background pulling all the strings that I don't want to, and
Yeah.
it's good.
People need to go and make an effort to go and show George and the team some love at Trust Motors. Just go say hello and check out the cars.
Don't say I sent you.
No.
George might go, oh, no.
But when you walk in there, like I said before at the start of the podcast, I mean, it's like a never-ending story. You've got some amazing vehicles here, like something for everybody,
Thank
right?
you, bro. Yeah,
Families,
absolutely.
guys that have just broken up with their missus and need something sporty to,
Especially
midlife
those.
crisis.
Yeah.
How many times? Because I don't think I could trust myself owning a car dealership.
No.
I would want to drive every car and then take it home.
Yeah.
Like how do you stop yourself from like taking that Ferrari out, like there's some like you like I said, you got a range, but like there's so many nice cars where I was like, oh, this basically could be my garage.
Bro, like, so in New Zealand,
Yeah.
if you drive like a Ferrari or Lamborghini,
Yeah.
people are awful to you on the road. Like awful.
They're
So-
like, wanker!
Yeah, bro. So you remember that bad Lambo we had?
Yeah.
I had to drive down to Hamilton to pick it up, and I drove it back from Hamilton. And like, I'm just terrified sitting in it. Like, it's like a $700,000 car.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, like, if I total this thing, but I can't afford it.
Yeah.
And driving back in, people are just tailgating. They try and get real close when they cut in front of you.
And you're like, stop it! I'm already nervous, man.
Go away.
So so it's probably easy now to stay away from cars like that.
Totally,
Yeah.
totally,
And
yeah.
just stay humble about it.
What's your favourite car?
Yeah.
My favourite car?
Yeah, what's your favourite car?
I like Range Rovers. Yeah.
Classy.
Man
of
after my
taste.
own heart.
Yeah. You?
Yeah, I love an SVR.
SVR V2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next.
I'm an Audi guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
RSQ8.
Nah,
Yes.
RS4.
RS4.
For me. I had one before and I had to sell it because my wife said it was unpractical. Couldn't get up my driveway.
Fair play.
Yeah, but that was my dream car, so I got a chance to
Yeah.
drive it for a year before I
Wicked.
sold it. Yeah.
No, they are good.
Yeah.
What do you think of the new shape of the Rangies?
The Ranges.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The new back.
I feel like when a new shape of a car comes out, it takes like 2 years to find it like appealing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No? Yeah.
No, with SUVs, I reckon you always got to go the series before the new one.
Yeah.
That's always the cooler one.
Yeah, I
you know?
reckon too.
Yeah.
So I like the previous shape at the moment.
Yeah.
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 Who's easier to sell to, men or women?
Oh, man.
But don't they have to?
Both.
Don't men need to go? Oh, I got to ask my missus, and then you've got to do the whole sales pitch again.
Yeah, right now there's like, I might go there.
How many people would? What's the ratio of people just coming into tire kick?
To tie kick. It's not too bad.
I suppose if you're making the effort to come out,
Yeah.
you've actually got purpose, right?
The weekends are bad for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the weekends are bad for it. We just get flooded on the weekends.
Yeah.
But that's all good.
I suppose, yeah, if you're coming out midweek, you've actually made an effort to
Yeah.
like think about something and then come out and visit, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, okay.
But we don't mind tire kickers because like we want like the vibe.
Yeah.
So when everyone's there and they're car people and they're like all on the cars, it's helpful.
Have you always been a car guy? Or nah?
You want the truth?
Yeah.
I'm not a car guy.
Oh.
Still.
Oh, disgusting. So
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that.
But you've just found something that people obviously need, and you're a really good man who knows how to sell a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm a car guy, but I'm not like a car guy. You know, there's car guys and there's
Like, you can change a
cars are
tyre.
all good. No.
Oh, bro.
Shut it down. Remember, cancel the sponsorship.
Diary of a CEO. It's not how, it's who.
Bang.
Oh man!
So you knew that TED Talk would come in handy one day, so he could quote that. He was waiting for his opportunity.
You know the funny thing about that Diary of a CEO thing?
Yeah.
Butter Bean, George, and his dad Jono, and myself were all there. About 10 minutes in, I left.
Why did you leave? You got a free ticket.
Oh no, I went to go because I knew that. What's the burger joint down the road?
Oh, Fat Pukus.
Nah, I went there after, but
Burger Fuel.
yes, I went to Burger Fuel, had a feed, and then after that, I was like,
curfew.
a bit. Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck, yeah. So I missed those gems from that show.
Yeah.
It was a good show.
It was a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that part of your, your continual growth of like listening to people like Stephen Bartlett and like reading motivational books?
Yeah,
and
books.
like helping self growth.
Yeah.
Is that your kind of thing?
Totally. Books are a good one because quite often, right, I'll read like a good book and I just take a snippet from it and I walk into work the next day, get the team in a circle and then bust it out like it's my own.
We do that with content too on the radio, man. We do that too.
What I was thinking last night?
This quote just came to me. What was 10-year-old George like?
Naughty.
Really?
Yeah.
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 Like, just a menace?
Like a nice menace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never heard of one of those.
Manipulative.
As soon as you say manipulative, it's not nice.
So, like, would you like? When did you figure out that you had something to offer to the world? Of like, you had the skill of being able to communicate, motivate people, become ambitious, start a business, which is one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's everybody's dream to have their own business.
Yeah.
And then for you to actually follow it through and stay motivated and motivate people around you, when did you figure that out?
When I got clean,
Oh, really?
to be honest, and I didn't figure it out like that. Like it didn't.
Was it just that
like
moment?
Nah,
Yeah.
I got clean. I pulled my head in. Monique got pregnant with our son Stanley, and it was just time to go.
Yeah.
But back in the day, I was like painting houses and.
I thought you were going to say a ping pong player.
With the hand movement.
I was like, shit, he was naturally.
Damn. So you've done heaps then?
Yeah. I was job to job and couldn't hold down the basics at home and always late with rent and.
What were you like in school?
Like, were you?
I don't know.
Could you sit still?
Nah, not really.
You just.
But I wasn't cool at school either. You know what I mean? I was like,
yeah.
yeah.
Just like that.
I'm still not. But what are you? Why are you laughing?
Nate's losing it over there.
Just this whole illusion of this George that I've had in my head.
It's like, oh my gosh, my hero is coming before my
The guy's
eyes.
a loser.
Poor Nate.
Like in my head, car guy, tattoos, yeah. He's like, I'm not into cars.
I changed the tire. I wasn't cool. I used to paint houses. No, to save him, to give him some credit, George would have been that guy that was like cool with the cool kids, but would also have a geek mate too. He would have been that. He would have been that guy.
I'm trying to be humble.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying
That's
to do.
a great quality. That's a
Thank you.
great quality. Man. Are you right over there?
Yeah.
His glass is fogged up. Bro. So, like I already said, like what's the plan, like 5-10 year plan. But like if sky was the limit, like where's George and his family? If sky's the limit, you're like, this is like where I ultimately want to be by the time I'm 65 and I can cash out my KiwiSaver.
And be in the Maldives.
Maldives, eh?
I like the way you think, man.
Yeah. Not a bad place. Not a
I
bad
said
place.
that.
Yeah.
I know.
Have you talked to your family about it? Or?
Yeah, not at all. No, just kidding.
It's expensive
Or
there,
maybe,
though, eh?
or Thailand, where my dad lives, is amazing.
Yeah.
Up north. Have you been to Thailand?
Yeah, I got back, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I went to the wrong parts, I think.
Did you go up north?
Nah, I just went to Patong.
Oh yeah.
It's very different there.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was single, mean. But,
Why?
oh, no, it's just plenty of
No, like
bars.
huh?
Plenty of bars, entertainment, all that sort of stuff.
What kind of entertainment?
Oh, yeah. Ping pong, like you said before. But yeah, no, it's quite hectic. You got to be ready for it,
Yeah.
especially in that main area of Patong.
Is there something else on your checklist? Because like, for a lot of people that are goal orientated, right, and they achieve those goals, and they have to do something else.
Yeah, you have to.
And
Do
I feel like you've conquered the car market in New Zealand. Like, it's your domain. Like, is there anything else on your mind? You're like, oh, I might give that a go.
yeah. Even if you haven't thought it through, but it's just sitting in your head.
I don't know, like maybe a bit of property stuff.
Yeah.
Like heaps of car dealers want to be car dealers to make money to do other stuff. But I'm actually happy being a car dealer. Like I do love it. I know I said just now I'm not a car guy. Like I am a car guy, just not hard out.
You found the other
but I love
avenue.
selling cars.
Yeah, you love selling
Yeah,
cars.
I love it. Yeah. It's fast paced.
That's crazy because, like I said, like Nate said, you're a goal setter, you're ambitious, you hustle hard, you work hard, and it's crazy to have that quality, but then also be content.
Yeah.
Those two things never normally go together.
But in saying that, still build trust, make trust bigger, better, better.
Yeah.
Along the
But
way.
just focused on this
Just
brand.
focused on Trust Motors, 110%.
Where did you grow up?
England,
Oh, true. When did you move to New Zealand?
when I was about 12, 13.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that would have been like intermediate school. So you would have started in New Zealand at intermediate school?
Yeah.
Wow, bro. And Auckland?
Intermediate in Kirikiri up north.
Oh, yep.
And then
Beautiful place.
I got sent to boarding school in Wanganui.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Ah, no wonder you played up.
Yeah. Well, I got sent there for playing up and then
It got worse.
snowboard
wow.
there. Yeah, and then just stayed in Wangans for a long time and then back to Auckland.
And when did you come back to Auckland? Did you come back as an adult or straight after school?
Came back as a very immature 22-year-old. Kept playing up. Got shipped off to Thailand with my dad.
To be with Dad?
Yeah. And me and my dad then played up together and then I came back to Auckland.
You two can't be together.
I got sent to Thailand for time out.
Oh, if people knew what Thailand was like, they'd just send me there now. I'll play out.
It's like getting sent to McDonald's to go on a diet.
Wow.
Man, hey, we're just stoked that we've been able to connect, and that we're aligned with Trust Motors, and most of all you, George. So we're just.
And it's cool that he's cool. Like
Yeah.
you are cool,
Thank
bro.
you.
You
Thank
are
you.
actually cool.
I mean, now you are.
But you're genuinely a nice guy, man. Like you've
Thanks,
always been
guys.
so loving whenever we've popped through to say hi and
I appreciate
be
it.
a part of it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I tend to think I like the word good man.
Very
over
good
nice man.
Yeah.
So
Thank
you're
you.
a good dude.
Yeah.
Nah,
You
we
both
appreciate
too.
you jumping on, and this will be the last time you're hanging out on the show, and we'll be in and out.
Yeah.
Out of Trust.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Do you need me to take any cars for the weekend?
We'll see. See if we got any trades to decide.
Do you accept Lunas? Nah, George from Trust Motors, you're the man, bro.
Thank you, boys. Thanks for having me.